So one of the trends I've noticed about Minecraft players, myself included, is that everyone is always really excited about the next Minecraft update. Everyone wants to know what shiny new features are coming, how they're going to be able to play around with them, and basically everyone thinks, yeah, new update's awesome, current update sucks. But truth be told, there's a lot of really cool features that came out in updates past that people were excited for, and then just kind of forgot as soon as the update came out. So I figured I'd make today's video to kind of refresh your memory and remind you about these features, and yeah, that's why I have for you today. Hopefully you do will enjoy the video. If you do, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and lets me know you do like this sort of thing. It's forgotten features again, but like the exact opposite, but yet they still are forgotten features. It's kind of confusing, but hopefully you all do enjoy it, because we're going to get straight into it by talking about the first one here. So just bear in mind, we're going reverse chronologically, so most recent to least recent, because this is something that came out last update on the console, so months ago now, and the update before last on the PC, because it's to do with creepers. If you don't know, creepers before this update would just, if you went near them, they'd explode. In creative, you just couldn't get them to explode. Kind of a bummer, right? However, after this update, they made it so that if you go near a creeper, if you go near a creeper in creative, it's still not going to do anything, but if you use a flint and steel, it will explode them. So just show you that this isn't the distance thing. I'm getting in close and then I'm getting far away. He's going to want to explode, but he just can't do it in time. But if we light him on fire using a flint and steel, now if we get away to the exact same distance, boom, he's going to explode. So this is a really, handy feature, both for creative, where you might want a more natural explosion than a TNT, so you use a creeper, right? But also because in survival, if you haven't mastered their technique where you take no damage, so if you don't know, if you get a creeper to explode, then you get just out of its range, you can get the creeper to explode without anything going off. If you haven't mastered that technique just yet, something you can actually do, okay, so I'm going to get the creeper away, something you can actually do is just light him on fire and then sprint the opposite direction. So light him on fire and then run! And then as you can see, you get away like that. So yeah, pro tip, flint and steel can make your life a lot safer if you don't like creepers and you haven't mastered them yet, or if you just think it's better to be safe, because it is safer to use flint and steel. If you keep one in your hotbar, you can probably avoid some accidents, or you can deliberately cause some, because if you cause a creeper to explode when it's got a lot of mobs near it, it can kind of be the, the fuse to kill everything around it, which is pretty cool, awesome way to escape in my opinion. And yeah, pro tip, the first feature you might have forgotten is that creepers can be detonated with flint and steel, and it's a really awesome little thing that can do awesome stuff that you might have forgotten about. So with that said, let's move on to the second one you might have forgotten, which is to do with Anvil. So when Anvils first came out, they had a bunch of new features, and I guess it's not too surprising that one of the features that you could rename stuff was overshadowed. So if you want to call your wooden sword red, for instance, you could do it. If you wanted to, take this out and you want to name your crafting table Crafty. Wait, can we name him Crafty? Yeah, you can name him Crafty, and boom, you can do that. It wasn't surprising that at first people weren't too excited, because it's just renaming your stuff, right? However, they then later made it so if you rename something like a chest, or you rename something like that, you can actually alter a lot more, but also they reduced the cost in a recent update. So if you want to name the chest, let's call it Steve. That's a good chest name, right? Like, I think a chest should be called Steve. If you rename your chest Steve, it's only going to cost you 1, no matter how many you use, even if it's full stack. But the second really cool benefit is if you rename something like a chest, again, this came out in, like, I think it was TU14, something like that. Basically, they made it so that if you rename a chest, then if you look inside, boom, it's going to say Steve instead of chest. So here's what a normal chest says, just a chest, and here is, here's Steve the chest. And this has a few cool benefits, not just naming your items weird things, which I think is probably a little bit weird and you shouldn't be too excited about, but you can actually use it for quite a few cool purposes that actually do have a use. So first of all, if you're called Chester and you have a chest, here's Chester's chest over here. And you can see everyone's going to know exactly whose chest it is and who not steal from it. But you can also do this with hoppers, you can do this with anvils, and you can do, not with anvils, but you can do this with a variety of other items like brewing stands, and I believe even the enchantment table. That's right, enchantment level 30, that's what this thing's called, because it's the enchantment table for level 30. I mean, there should be bookshelves around, but you get the point. Also, you can do it with dispenser, awesome stuff that you can just kind of label your stuff by renaming it in a dispenser, and since it only costs 1 XP level, you might as well do it. I mean, it's fun, it's next to free, and I don't really ever see anyone do it. So that's why I think this is the second forgotten feature. Everyone should be doing this a bit more. So next up on here, we're actually going to move on to an item that really people only remember about when they're in a really dire situation in the Nether, because it's crafted from gunpowder, coal, and blaze powder, which is all found from mobs dropped in the end, so it's kind of handy in that way. In the Nether. But basically, yeah, the reason this is handy is because if you combine the three, so if we take some gunpowder, we take some coal, and we take some blaze powder. I don't actually know the order. I guess it can be any order. Yeah, it can be any order. That's a handy little thing. But yeah, if you combine these three things together, you get free fire charges. So I don't blame a lot of people for thinking these things are useless and then just never using them, because fire charges are basically a flint and steel minus, one, the fact that it's like this has more durability, but two, this takes a lot more effort to craft than getting a single bit of flint and getting a single bit of steel. So with that said, then what is the use of this thing, and why is it so cool? I mean, if you just trashed it and said it's terrible, why would anyone use it? So first of all, this is a really cool item to hold. Visually speaking, I think it looks a lot cooler. cooler than the flint steel. Like, this kind of implies you're up to no good. This is just like, yeah, I've just got a weird black orb in my hand that sets things on fire. Also, it has a way cooler noise, in my opinion. But finally, the really cool thing about it that everyone forgets is that you can fill a dispenser with it, and kind of like arrows, but much cooler arrows. You can use this, and as you can see, you can fire flaming darts at stuff. So I think I just destroyed one of the other points I was going to go over in the video. But yeah, you can actually set fire to stuff, and if you hit anything wooden, or if you hit anything with wool in it, then you're going to cause massive fires, and it's just a really cool, a little bit trolly, but also, just an awesome thing to use against mobs, against players, just as a defense system. The fire charge, it's awesome. You should use it. And like I said, I think oh no, it's over here. So we're just gonna have to recraft this and pretend that didn't happen. But yeah, let's move on to the fourth feature, because fire charges are awesome, but they're not the only thing that matter. One of the other things that does matter is a really tiny thing, but it's a tiny thing that comes up in the early game all the time. So if, like me, you end up, craft, or if you are one of the people that craft wooden tools, because I only ever craft a wooden pickaxe, if you're not like me, I should say, and you craft yourself a wooden shovel, a wooden pickaxe, a wooden sword, and you realize you just don't need them because you immediately upgrade, what can you do with these things? You can use these to actually fill up your furnace. So if you really need food and you don't have any coal on you, let's ignore that for now. If you don't have any coal on you, then what you can just do is you can throw your old wooden tools, no matter how used they are. Let me show you. So even if we use up our wooden shovel a little bit, it's still going to give you a full cook worth of durability, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. So there we go. We've cooked a rabbit with that. Now we can put our shovel in there, cook a full thing of that. Then we can put the wooden pickaxe in there next, which we'll actually do right now. And as you can see, you can use your wooden tools as fuel for a furnace, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. And not only can you use your wooden tools, if like me, you craft a bunch, this is actually something I do, if you craft yourself a bunch of crafting tables by accident, rather than just letting them go to waste, you can throw a few in there, and you can use crafting tables to fuel it too. So yeah, there's a bunch of different items that can fuel furnaces, other than just, wood, sticks, etc. And I think, if you have a bunch of wooden tools you don't want to use anyway, rather than putting them in a chest and then never coming back to them, use them to fuel a furnace and get some cooked rabbits or something a bit more practical. But yeah, with that said, that is, the fourth little secret creature you might not know. So the next one you can probably guess based on what I have in my inventory, but let's just pretend it's a big secret, because the minecart with the furnace. So this isn't something that came during the console's update history, it's something that was around since the PC versions before it, but it's still something that, even though it's existed for a while, it's, it's almost been entirely replaced, or it has been entirely replaced by something else, and I think it still has some use, or at least some coolness to it that other people don't appreciate. So here you can see, okay, so we put a minecart, we put it next to a furnace minecart. Now we hop in this and we activate the, we're going to activate from the right distance. But yeah, you can actually see this thing works as like a continuous source of thing. That if you give it coal, it will power itself and it will keep on running around. So if we actually get this the other way around, so let's, okay, wait, let's let it go all the way around to hit me. Oh wait, it's linked into me. Okay, there we go. So if we let this thing go all the way around, it can actually push you, which is awesome to me. The fact that you don't, I'm doing this entirely wrong, but the fact that you don't need, yeah, I'm doing a really good job showing this thing, but it's a really awesome item that admittedly doesn't have the most use, but you can actually push stuff with it in a way that you can't do if you just have, so if you have a gold shortage, then this is awesome, because you don't need to have powered rails. If you have, any other sort of shortage, you can just use this to push your items, and it's surprisingly effective. It's really cool, and it's an item you just don't ever see. I have not seen one of these things in the wild in like 2 or 3 years, and I think that's a shame. I think the furnace minecart, it's a little bit weird sometimes, but it is a really, really cool thing. And what I'm saying here is I'd like to see furnace boats too, so we can have motorboats. And yeah, thing I want from the thing I want to see more of is furnace minecarts, because even though they seem a little bit pointless, and even though they are mostly pointless, they're pretty darn cool while they do it. So yeah, I hope you did all enjoy today's video. If you did like it, please do like it and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot. And let's make you do like Forgotten Features. I think honestly the furnace minecart, if you want to forget that one, you can. But the other 4 at the very least, please don't forget those. It would break my heart, and this cat's too. So yeah, if you did all enjoy the video, please do like it, let me know. Share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos just like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all very much for watching, and goodbye.